Greetings, vinyl community. This will be my response to the Show Us Your Stones thread. And we'll start off with 12 by 5 in the recent reissue, not too recent, but from a few years back on clear vinyl. I just showed this recently, Between the Buttons Mono US. I used to have all of the Rolling Stones albums on vinyl up through Dirty Work, but most of those went away about 15 to 20 years ago, and here's where it is now. Flowers, not an official Rolling Stones album, but one of the US machinations from the record company, one I like a lot. Satanic Majesty's Request with the lenticular cover, not an original, but a reissue from the early 1980s. Also from the 1980s, this Japanese reissue of Beggar's Banquet. This is on blue vinyl. With this insert. Pop quiz time. What beverage is mentioned in Dear Doctor from Beggar's Banquet? Hint, it can be mixed with Coke. Let It Bleed, with the poster included. Get your yayas out. Good old Charlie on the cover. And then a big piece of cardboard. That's because I want to prevent sticky fingers from damaging the other records in the stack. So I got clever and cut a little notch out of a piece of cardboard and then put another piece of chipboard in front just for extra protection. Still Life live album from the 1981 tour. This is the picture disc edition. Unlike many picture discs, it did come in the full original cover, the gatefold cover with the fancy inner sleeve. Undercover, the original edition with the stickers on the cover. And also gimmicky, the version, the original pressing of Dirty Work with the red shrink wrap left on, along with the hype sticker. Compilation titled Collectors Only. And this is mostly earlier stuff, but it's interesting for including Memo from Turner in the performance version, not the version that was on Metamorphosis. 12-inch of Harlem Shuffle from Dirty Work. Cool cover from the cartoon video. And I used to also have a fair number of Stones bootlegs, but I only have 3 left. This one, Necrophilia, and Diverse Harmonics. And I kept those 2 because they have a lot of studio outtakes that have never been released from the late 60s era. And there's very cool stuff on there, like this one begins with Family, which is very much along the lines of Memo from Turner or Jigsaw Puzzle. I think of it as Mick Jagger trying to be mid-60s Bob Dylan, doing the surrealistic lyrics with a lot of oddball characters. And Family is like that. Really is kind of a slower version of Memo from Turner. Very brooding and dark and ominous. And on here you've got Get Yourself Together, which is a nice psychedelic piece. You got The Silver with Mick Jagger vocal. Did Everybody Pay Their Dues, which is an alternate version of Street Fighting Man. And then this live one, Light Up the Town, from San Diego 1981. And the only reason I kept this one was because I was actually at this show. Okay, that was a quick whip through those. Now for the real eye candy, the 7-inch collection. Start off with this French EP, Not Fade Away, Little by Little, Stoned, which is misprinted as Stones on here, and Poison Ivy. From Sweden, another EP, Time Is On My Side, Tell Me, Congratulations, and Route 66. And it's the same on the back. I don't even know why I have this. It's an 80s reissue of Satisfaction US. Maybe there was supposed to be something about the mix. I don't really remember. Regular US edition of Get Off of My Cloud. And then here is Get Off of My Cloud from Spain. And another EP from France, Heart of Stone, with What a Shame, The Last Time, and Play with Fire. Some liner notes on the back. And then the same combination of songs, but in a different order on this EP from Sweden, which is The Last Time, Heart of Stone, Play with Fire, and What a Shame. And then the regular US edition of 19th Nervous Breakdown. And 19th Nervous Breakdown as it was released in Holland. With some promos for other records on the back. As Tears Go By on the B-side. And 19th Nervous Breakdown with Talking About You on the B-side as released in Italy. This is one of those Disco Giallo releases where they would tie in singles with the TV show. It had to do with a yellow flag to rate records, which is why it says Bandera Gialla on this. Paint It Black, the regular US issue, great picture sleeve. Brian and Charlie stepping out front. Mick and Keith are cool enough, they don't have to be front and center all the time, they can hang back. Paint It Black, again from Italy on that Disco Giallo series, with Long Long While on the back, and a translation, Tutto Nero, which actually means all black. Not sure why, but that's what they did. Another US one, Mother's Little Helper and Lady Jane. And Mother's Little Helper in EP form. And this is from France again. France, the French were very big on EPs, so you get Mother's Little Helper, Lady Jane, Paint It Black, and Long Long While. And the US edition of Have You Seen Your Mother Baby Standing in the Shadow, with the terrific drag photograph on the back. They really got to be enjoying that far too much. Story is that after that photo session, they went into a bar and ordered drinks, and nobody batted an eye. Let's Spend the Night Together and Ruby Tuesday from Denmark. This is actually an import single, so the disc itself was pressed in England and then sent to Denmark, where they printed the sleeves and packaged them up. And and you get a little promo on the back about Andra Plader med the Rolling Stones. And Let's Spend the Night Together and Ruby Tuesday from Germany. Nice live shot there. Looks like they're on a TV sound stage, I think. Could be Ed Sullivan. Also from Germany, We Love You and Dandelion. And I want you to look really closely at that picture of the band. Look at their eyes. Looks to me like the photographer or the graphic designer or somebody retouched their eyes because they just look abnormally white and glittering. So it's a little kind of uncanny valley effect on the eyes there. This is We Love You and Dandelion from Italy with an interesting little circular notation here that reads, "We love you all for the help from our friends to a happier end." And another from Denmark, We Love You and Dandelion. And the Andra Plader again. And another U.S. release, Bill Wyman's In Another Land. On the label, it actually is credited to Bill Wyman as the artist, and the B-side is credited to the Rolling Stones, that being The Lantern. Both tracks, of course, from their Satanic Majesty's request. Also from Satanic Majesties, 2,000 Light Years from Home. This is a French edition. And another 2,000 Light Years from Home, 2,000 Light Years from Germany in this case, or 2,000 Light Years aus Deutschland, backed with She's a Rainbow. And from Japan, some kind of reissue associated with the film Coming Home, the interesting pairing of Jumpin' Jack Flash and My Girl. You don't see My Girl released on singles very much. And what a shot, what a picture of Jagger. So we're up to 1968, it looks like, from Belgium, Street Fighting Man and No Expectations from Beggar's Banquet. This is one of those fold-over sleeves, so I've got it still in a plastic cover so that the disc won't fall out while I hold it. And here is Street Fighting Man again, this time. What country is this from? Is this Dutch? This is, yes, made in Holland. Nice silver cover on this one. And yet another Street Fighting Man. This is a later issue from the 70s. Street Fighting Man with Surprise Surprise and Everybody Needs Somebody to Love. So a couple of older tracks. This is an Italian release. As it indicates, it's actually 3 songs playing at 33 RPM. Everyone's probably seen Honky Tonk Women, the regular US release. But here is Honky Tonk Women as released in Holland. Again, backed with You Can't Always Get What You Want. And from France, Little Queenie and Love in Vain live versions from Get Your Yayas Out. And this Has little jukebox tab with the perforation that you see on a lot of older French singles. Beautiful cover. I love this shot. This one's no slouch either. Another version of the same pairing, Little Queenie and Love in Vain. Dal Vivo, which is a clue that this is an Italian pressing. And the same pairing, Little Queenie, Love in Vain from Holland. And once more, and it's just such a great combination of songs. One more from Belgium, again in one of those fold-over sleeves that the disc just wants to roll right out of. So now we're entering the 70s. Brown Sugar and Bitch. This is a Spanish pressing. As is this next one, Tumblin' Dice, backed with Sweet Black Angel, or, as it says on the cover, Dados Rodando. And I'm not sure why Rodando is singular. It's Dados is dice, and maybe it's somehow singular in construction. Backed with Dulce Angel Negro. And on the back they show the cover that was released in Spain for Sticky Fingers, where they couldn't take the Andy Warhol cover and they gave us the fingers in treacle. Very strange. Also substituted Let It Rock for Sister Morphine, which was also too much for the Spanish censors. Another interesting Italian release, Sad Day, taken off of, that was a B-side earlier, but now reissued with You Can't Always Get What You Want on the B-side, and a picture sleeve from the famous Hyde Park 1969 concert. I don't see Keith anywhere on this sleeve, but you can see the cutout of Brian Jones lurking back there. And this is a gatefold. Just a little discography in the middle, and the record comes out here like in a Unipack LP cover. Okay. From Germany, Sad Day and You Can't Always Get What You Want again. And from a series called Dance Forever, released in France. It's not a Rolling Stones reissue series, but just various artists, and number 7 in the series just happens to be the Rolling Stones' Angie, backed with Silver Train. Get to see what else is in the series on the back here. Number 1 is Louis Prima, Just a Gigolo. Hey, hey, can't be bad. Another great live cover, as released in Germany for Star Star, backed with Do 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 Heartbreaker. It's Only Rock and Roll, backed with non-LP track Through the Lonely Nights from France. Another beautiful sleeve. I love these European sleeves that use the live shots for the cover, such as this German edition of the same, It's Only Rock and Roll and Through the Lonely Nights. Same on the back. Hello, Sailor. Ain't Too Proud to Beg, Dance Little Sister, as released in France. And for once, the folks in Belgium produced a regular sleeve that's actually only open on one side for I don't know why. Great song released on Metamorphosis. It's a cover, of course, of a Stevie Wonder song, but the Stones do a great job delivering it. Try a Little Harder on the B-side. And from Black and Blue, Fool to Cry, backed with Crazy Mama. This is as released in Italy. And EP from Japan, featuring Jumpin' Jack Flash, Honky Tonk Women, She's a Rainbow, and right there, I'm not making this up, Let It Breed. Now they've got, as is typical with Japanese releases, a lyric insert with lyrics in English, and they got the lyrics from somebody because they're basically correct. So it's not one of those that you see all the time on Japanese releases where some poor record company employee who's not a native English speaker had to sit down and try to get all the words on a Rolling Stones record. But somehow they managed to get the title wrong on Let It Bleed. Also from Japan, this really nice little package, The Million Sellers Volume 10. This is a hard cover gatefold sleeve with lyrics printed on the inside rather than on an insert. There is an insert, it's just showing other releases. And this contains Satisfaction, Ruby Tuesday, Honky Tonk Women, and Jumpin' Jack Flash. And another from a reissue series. This is from Spain, the Single Stones series. These were common as dirt back in the day. They all had the same cover photo. So this one, Volume 11, is Street Fighting Man backed with Out of Time. There's a list of others. Then the rest of these are mostly just regular US releases that a lot of people will already have seen. Miss You, backed with Faraway Eyes. Shattered, backed with the great non-LP track, Everything's Turning to Gold. Emotional Rescue, backed with Down in the Hole. Start Me Up. Waiting on a Friend. Recognize images from the video for that song. Hang Fire, with Neighbors on the B-side, and these little generic Stones sleeves. Going to a Go-Go live from the Still Life album, with Beast of Burden on the flip. Also from Still Life, Time Is on My Side, backed with 20 Flight Rock. Undercover of the Night. And this shows what's under the stickers on the LP cover, as it was later issued with just this design. 7-inch version of Harlem Shuffle that we saw earlier in the 12-inch. One hit to the body with Fight on the flip. Mixed Emotions with the non-LP Fancy Man Blues on the back. Rockin' a Hard Place with Cook Cook Blues on the flip. And finally, not a Stones album, but Mick Jagger, Memo from Turner, with Jagnici Natural Magic on the flip side. This is yet another of those Belgian ones. I put the record in a proper sleeve because this just doesn't keep it safe. Okay, that's it. That's the collection. Thank you very much for watching. Be well. Talk with you again soon. Bye-bye for now.